Alright, 2001 Honda Civic. Today's gig is the lower ball joints. I already did the passenger side already, so I'm going to do this side here, and I'm going to show you how I did. There's different ways of doing it, but I'm going to show you the easy way, the way I did it easily. Alright, here's the new ball joint. First thing you got to do is, of course, get the tire off. Trying to do this one hand. All right, then you want to get the tire off. You want to pop the center cap off. You want to put the rim back on. But before you do that, see this little notch right here on this bolt right here? You want to pop that out. You got to straighten it out. All right, I can't do it with the camera while I'm holding the camera, but I'll show you after. All right, so you want to put the wheel back on, and you can just hold it down with two bolts here. The reason why I took the wheel off is so that I can get the center cap off. Then you're gonna get a 1 1/4 socket. Get that on, get it on there, and then lower the car down a little bit. All right. All right, then you want to get a brake bar, put it on there. Try to get that on there. Get cranking on that. There you go. All right, there you go. That's loose already. Now you crank the car back up again. All right, over safety, put the wheel underneath the car, and I also put a wheel chock behind the wheel in the back there. All right, so this is what we're up against. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up on it, but see, you can see this ball joint right here is all busted up. See, it's all ripped up. You know, it's clacking and it's clunking around. So all these joints got to come off. See this here? This hole's got to come off. It's got to come off from this bolt right here. That's a 12mm. These bolts here that hold up the control onto this strut tower here has got to come off. Obviously the bottom castle nut's got to come off. What else? Oh, this whole caliper's got to come off. The bracket here's got to come off too. But that's all the easy part. The hard part is getting the. It's gonna be getting the ball joint pressed into the control arm down there. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna get this caliper off here. All right, so the caliper is loose already. All right, you want to get a milk crate, right? A milk crate fits perfectly under here. And just let it rest down there. All right, now this piece has to come off. So, I already got this thing loose already here, so now you want to get this bolt off here. All right, that can stay there for now. All right, so now this, see, now you can push in the axle here. All right, now these bolts are gonna come off. Separate the ball joint. You want to use a pickle fork like this right here. I put it in here already, and I already got it off already. You can see right here. You can see already. It's already separated already. Alright, so now these bolts have to come off now. And this whole thing will come off. Alright, so these bolts are off. This is right here off. I'm gonna try to get this out. Alright, so this comes off here easily. Now this is gonna come off. I gotta put the camera down. It pops out. Once this comes off of the strut here, it just pops off here. Alright, at this point you want to inspect the boots here. Make sure nothing's torn up. Everything seems to be fine. Alright, so you want to clean this off in here. I'm working fast, man, because I'm hungry as fuck. Alright, so you can see how busted this thing is. The fun part right here. Get this thing punched out of here. So you gotta use a ball joint remover separator here. Sometimes they come off easily because they're so worn down. Sometimes you gotta push them out. The one that came off on this side, all I had to do was just push it with my finger and the damn thing came out. And so yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can whack this out. You also want to make sure you get these two little clips out right here. Get these short clips out and get this popped out. Like that. I already popped the clip off right here. Now, for the most part, these ball joints will come off easily because they're so worn out. You give it a couple of whacks right here. Not too hard. There you go. You don't want to whack it too hard because you want to jack this up in here. You can see how jacked up this thing is. But again, they come off easily. Getting them back in, that's what the real contest is going to be. You want to take some grease. Not a lot, not a whole lot. Just enough to coat this inside here. I already cleaned this up, by the way. Yeah, you also want to coat the ball joint. You want to make sure you keep all the bolts here, the castle nuts, the collar pin, and the grease nipple. Keep it in the bag here. You're gonna use that later on. Actually, I'm retarded with it. You also want to grease this ball joint right here. Not too much, but just around. I got the clamp set up right. I got the right cup for this here. Got the close off end here. This is the part that's gonna push down. Now, at the current moment, I don't have an impact wrench, so I'm gonna have to manhandle this right now by hand. And I don't have a 22 cup, so I'm gonna use this O2 sensor socket right here for it. But yeah, this is gonna have to be cranked by hand. Ball joint is nice and pressed in now. You can see right here, it's perfectly seated. The clip is on right here. I couldn't do this job without this press right here. This clamp right here. Super heavy duty. You can pick them up at Harbor Freight. Now the deal that I worked out with the owner of this car is I'm gonna keep this tool and I guess he'll pay me something, pay me half or something else. But I've been wanting to get one of these tools for a long time. So, but yeah, it's nice and seated. Like I said here, I'm gonna put the nipple back on and get all this jazz put in now. So installation is gonna be the same exact way in reverse. Slip it in here, push it against this here, the strut tower, get them bolted in. Just put everything back together. Everything is fine here. Alright, so I torqued everything down. This nut here is torqued down to 134 pounds. These are torqued down to 116. And the castle nut down here is torqued down to 50 to 55 pounds. I got these specs off of the Honda's website. These are the torques that they recommend. I always give it a little few more, like 3 or 4 more. So everything's nicely torqued down. These torque wrenches from Harbor Freight do wonders. They work great. So overall, both sides are done. I give this job, it's like a 7 out of 10. If you don't know what you're doing, it's definitely a 9 out of 10. But for the average Joe like me, it's a 7 out of 10. It's just time consuming. The hard part is getting the without this tool right here, without that tool right there, it's an impossibility to do the job. Also, if you had an impact wrench, go a lot faster. That's gonna be my next investment. I'm gonna invest in some air tools. But Yeah, it came out pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Came out pretty good. I'm a happy camper today.